Okay, great. Wonderful. All right, well, welcome everybody. Again, really wonderful to see you virtually. We're very excited to get the program started, and we're very excited to meet you soon in person. So this meeting is to give you a quick overview of Ciencia, of the Yale Ciencia Academy. We're gonna go over what the program is about, what you can expect over the upcoming year. And then at around 7:45, we'll be joined by the outgoing cohort. So these are the students that have been with the Yale Ciencia Academy for the past year. And we'll get to talk more about the in-person meeting and what to expect for that, what we're going to go over, and some logistics regarding travel and the visit. So I'm going to ask Carolina to share our presentation with you. Wonderful. All right. So yeah, if you can go to the next slide. Welcome, cohort 2024-2025. So we're going to go over introductions. We're going to share who we are, and we want to hear about you as well. Then we'll do a quick overview of the Yale Ciencia Academy, what our goals are for the upcoming year, and we'll also talk about what resources we've set up to facilitate communication, facilitate connection, socializing, mentoring, and learning. And then, as I mentioned, at 7:45, we'll be joined by the outgoing cohort for a discussion about the in-person meeting. So Carolina, if you can go to the next slide. Great, so this is us. My name is Giovanna Guerrero Medina. I'm the PI, the principal investigator of the Yale Ciencia Academy. I have several roles at Yale University. I'm the director for diversity, equity, and inclusion of the WUSA Institute, which is an interdisciplinary neuroscience research institute. I also work with the Office of DEI of the medical school, and I run several programs through there, including Yale Ciencia Academy. And I've also been the executive director of a nonprofit called Ciencia, Puerto Rico, for the past, almost 15 years. And I'm a neuroscientist by training, but then moved into a career in science policy and program administration. Unfortunately, our dear colleague, Monica Feliu-Mohed, couldn't join us today. She sends her regrets, and she is really looking forward to meeting you as well in the in-person meeting. Monica is our director of training for the Yale Ciencia Academy. She's a really well-known science communicator with an expertise on making science culturally relevant and highlighting all our beautiful assets of our cultural diversity in science. And she, in particular, will be involved in some of our science communication trainings that you'll participate in the rest of the year. And now I'll pass it on to Steven Paniagua.
Okay. Hi, everyone. We're going to take this time to kind of get to know each other and introduce each other. So we're going to be playing a game. If we can go to the next slide.
Oh, no, Steven, just introduce yourself. We'll go through everybody
sorry.
in the slide, and then we'll go to the next one.
Oh, okay. So my name is Steven Paniagua. I am a research associate working under Giovanna for the Yale Ciencia Academy. And I help a lot of the for the peer-to-peer mentoring discussions that we have. And I have a PhD also in genetics. Yeah.
So one note, Steven is moving on to bigger and better things. He's going to be directing DI programs at UC Santa Cruz starting in July. So he's been very involved with planning for the next year and in the selection process. But unfortunately, he won't actually get to meet you in person. So this is your one chance to really interact with Steven and see the beautiful, wonderful soul he is. Your loss. But at least you get to interact a little bit with him. We're going to really miss him. Let's go on to Rosa.
Hi, everybody. Very nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to meet you in person. I'm Rosa Beguilla. I work for the Science Communication Lab, and in collaboration with this program, I have been involved in developing some of the courses, online courses that you will hopefully really enjoy and take advantage of during this program. I'm here to help anybody through the process. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm a scientist by training. I have been working in science education and science communication for many, many years. So that's kind of my line of expertise. And I'm happy to help anybody if you have questions through the process. And I'm, again, looking forward to see you in a couple of weeks.
Great. And last but definitely not least, Carolina Machado, whom you probably have already met.
Hi, everybody. It's very nice to see you all again, almost all again. It's been, a blessing getting to know you earlier. I feel like I get a preview. But yes, so my name is Carolina Machado. For those of you who don't know me, I am the program coordinator for the Yale Ciencia Academy program. And I've been working with Giovanna for the last 3 years. I am an engineer, and I am quite passionate about cultures and diversity and just enriching my environment with interesting and smart and amazing people like all of you here. And yes, what I do for Yale Ciencia is that I am the one behind the things, the scene organizing and the logistics and communications and all of those fun things. And yes, so if you have any questions or if you ever need, I don't know, any of those aspects of Yale Ciencia, I'm an email away.
Thank you, guys. So now we can go on to the next slide because we want to get to know you. So Stephen, go ahead with the little exercise.
Yes, sorry for jumping the gun a little earlier. So this will be a fun little exercise. So we have some pre-prepared questions, and the way this will work is I'll ask a general question, and then I want you to, using the emotes, please raise your hand if the question applies to you. You can answer the question in the chat so everyone will know, but I will be calling on you from the people that raise their hand to introduce themselves to the group. Tell us what is your name, where are you from, and what are you studying. So to kind of get us started, to get a little idea of what this is going to work with, we'll ask the first question. So who grew up in a place very different from where they're studying right now? So who grew up in a place very different? You can use the emotes to raise your hand. I'll be calling on people to introduce themselves. And then in the chat, could you please tell us where it is that you grew up and where it is you are right now? And let's start with Hannah Stewart.
Okay. I was going to write it in the chat, but my name is Hannah Stewart. I am from a rural town in East Texas, about 800 people, but I am currently studying public health and behavioral science in Houston, Texas, a very urban environment.
Thank you so much. Let's go with Sofia Gonzalez.
Yeah, so I had a half race because I immigrated to the US when I was in grade school. So I'm like, what does growing up count as? So the first 8-9 years were in Guadalajara, which is a large city in Mexico, second largest. And then St. Louis. I'm still in the Midwest, which is where I'm doing my PhD in Cincinnati. So half of my growing up, I guess, was different.
And what do you study?
Neuroscience, yeah. So I'm a PhD candidate in the neuroscience program.
All right, thank you. Then let's go with Tina Brooks.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tina Brooks. So I grew up in a town called Aberdeen, Maryland. Our claim to fame is that we have a very big military base, and it's the home of Cal Ripken Jr. and Sr. if you're into baseball, which I am not. But I am now at New York City at the CUNY Graduate Center, finishing my PhD in social welfare.
Great, thank you. Let's go with Valerie Rodriguez.
Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Rodriguez. I am originally from Ponce, Puerto Rico. Right now, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm studying in virology.
Thank you. Paula Munoz.
Hi everyone, I am Paula. I am from Colombia, but I also grew up in Puerto Rico. When we moved, I was living in Guayama in the south of the island, and we were traveling every day to San Juan because my mom was working there. I am a neuroscience PhD student, and I think those were the questions.
Okay, thank you. Adriana Gomez.
Hello everyone, I'm Adriana. I usually go by Audrey. I am originally from Puerto Rico, but my parents are Colombian, so I got a little bit of a mix. And then I recently moved to Austin, Texas. So I am here at UT now, but I'm technically a Mayo Clinic student, and I am studying clinical and translational science.
Thank you. And Cristina Rivera.
Hi, I'm Christina. I grew up in Calley, Puerto Rico, and I'm currently in Michigan getting a PhD in neuroscience.
All right, thank you. So, you can put your hands down if you want. So I have the second question. And if you already have introduced yourselves, don't worry, you won't have to introduce yourself again. So I'll be but please join in and raising your hand if you do also can't answer the question, but don't worry, you won't be called on. So for the second question, I wanted to do something a little bit more fun and weird. Who has a unique hobby they believe no one else shares in this group? And if you can, put in the chat what your unique hobby is. No one has any unique hobby?
Stephen, maybe you can share some of your ideas of what are examples of unique hobbies.
Actually, we have one. Let's see. Let's go with some of the ones that are happening in the chat. Let's go with Kiki.
Hi. I don't necessarily think my hobby is unique, but part of my background is before coming into science, I was a musician. I have my undergraduate degree in music. So recently, in the last year or so, to kind of blow off steam from graduate studies, I do a radio show at UCSD, which is also my alumni. So yeah, that's sort of my hobby as I go listening to music, crate digging, and yeah, basically put together a show for people to listen to.
Oh, that's great. Oh, and can you answer the question? Yes.
So I'm Kiki. I'm from Los Angeles, but now I live in San Diego where I'm doing my PhD in bioinformatics and systems biology. And I study risk variants in type 1 diabetes. So that's the work that I do.
Thank you. Let's go with Andrea. I think you put one in the chat as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Haidar, and I like pickleball. I don't think it's terribly unique. I think it's really trendy right now. I think the pandemic converted lots of people to try the sport out, and I'm one of them. Maybe what's a little unique is that my husband and I do tournaments together like once a summer, and we've yet to win, but maybe this will be our year. And let's see, I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, Southeast Michigan, and I'm currently at Northwestern University, Feinberg School of Medicine, studying clinical psychology.
Thank you. And we'll do the last one that I had in chat, Mojica, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Hi, I'm Mihoka. I also go by Miho. I mountain bike A couple days before the PhD interviews, I landed on my face, so I had like half no face for my PhD orientation/interview. So that was fun. Yeah. So my name is Miho. I'm from Santa Cruz, California, and I study public health and earthquakes and disasters in general. Yep, and preparedness.
I love Santa Cruz. That's where I'm going for you.
Yeah, yeah. I live right there on almost on campus. So it's a lovely place.
All right, so we'll go to the next question. Who has changed their major or field of study before deciding on their current PhD? And can you put in the chat what your previous field of study was? Everyone had the same major that they pursued their PhD in?
Well, how drastic of a change are you looking for?
Whatever you think would you would consider a dramatic change. Renee?
Hi, everyone. My name's Renee. So I went from biochemistry and then I switched to, actually, I was a dual major. I was biochemistry and theater. And then I quickly realized theater takes up a lot of time and I couldn't finish. So then I just switched to general bio.
Nice, nice. Oh, okay. We have another one in the chat also. Joshua?
It's me. Hey, everybody. I'm Joshua. I'm a fourth year at North Carolina A&T. And I mean, it's not a really big change, but I switched from studying neuroscience to studying immunology. So I wanted to contribute and introduce myself. So everybody, and what do I study now? I use plant extracts and try to modulate their responses to being activated, specifically Moringa oleifera, and we're studying T cells.
All right. Right. Thank you. All right, so we have a full so let's move on to the fourth question is who is passionate about community service or volunteering? And can you put in the chat what specifically about which community service or volunteering you do? All right, so let's go with Edwin.
Muted. Hi, everyone. My name is Edwin Peña Martinez. Basically, I am a certified life leadership coach. So I give a lot of seminars on education at my university, but I'm also a volunteer at the Muscular Dystrophy Association since I was 16 in their annual camps. And I also like to do a lot of community outreach and go to schools and motivate kids into doing a PhD, which we don't see enough kids saying they want to do a PhD. And I'm from Bayamón in Puerto Rico, and I'm a biochemistry PhD candidate.
All right, thank you. Let's go with Kimberly Mesa.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about the previous technical difficulties. If you've seen me popping on and off, my internet just went down. But I'm part of a pretty cool initiative here at Brown that's part of like a national organization called STEM to Stern. And what I really like about it is that it's like a twofold initiative where students from underrepresented or disadvantaged backgrounds are introduced to the art and sport of rowing, which is a pretty expensive I guess, recreational thing to get into, especially as children. And so they're taught some of like the rowing basics, and then students from local universities or colleges get together and create curriculum for STEM outreach so that a couple times a week they go out on the water, learn the rowing, but then come to classrooms and do STEM lessons. And a lot of times, especially at Brown, we are able to combine students who already are part of like a rowing team, but also STEM majors, which is kind of cool that we've identified some people so that they have frequent access to students that they can kind of look up to and yeah, see themselves as scientists in the future, hopefully. And so I grew up in Central Florida. My parents are from Jalisco, Mexico. And I'm currently a fourth year at Brown in the pathobiology program, and I'm focused on cancer biology. So it's nice to meet you all. Thank you.
All right, so we're actually running out of time, so we're gonna have one more long one. Then everyone's gonna have to go kind of rapid fire. So let's go with I think I saw Alberti first.
Um, Hi, my name is Alberti Armina Rodriguez. I'm a PhD student here in Puerto Rico at the University of Puerto Rico Medical Sciences campus. And I really like science communication. I have a digital platform that we interview different scientists and experts to give the information to the general public. And also I give seminars in my university and here in Puerto Rico. And recently I was accepted as a ASM ambassador. So I really like the community engagement and talk science in plain language to access the information to other persons. So finally, currently I am studying a protein associated with a parasite and using to treat different inflammatory diseases.
All right, thank you so much. So unfortunately, there's so many of you, and we have a lot more to go through. So instead, we're gonna forego some of the questions. If you guys can just please put with your hands up, put in the chat what it is, the community service and volunteering that you're involved in. But we're gonna quickly go rapid fire for everyone. Just need to answer the 3 questions. What is your name? Where are you from? And what do you study? So I saw Ingrid.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Ingrid. I am from the University of Minnesota. I'm also from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I study physiology at the University of Minnesota. So
Thank you. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm originally from suburban Chicago, but now I'm at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and I'm studying neuroscience. I'm a 5th-year PhD candidate.
Thank you. Sabrina.
Hi, name's Sabrina. I'm a 4th-year PhD candidate at the University of Florida. I was originally born in Miami, Florida, but I grew up moving around a lot, so I've kind of lived a little bit of everywhere. I'm in the neuroscience department, and my work focuses on how cannabis impacts cognition and aging, and also just general brain metabolism.
Thank you. Let's go, Sonia Gonzalez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sonia Gonzalez. I am from Chicago and I study at Loyola University Chicago. I'm in the pharmacology department and I'm a 4th-year PhD candidate.
Carmen Centeno.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carmen Centeno. I am from Ponce, Puerto Rico, and I'm studying a PhD in clinical psychology.
Thank you. Let's see if you haven't gone, can you please raise your hand yet? Just so I know. Paula Negron Moreno.
Hi everyone, I'm Paola. I'm originally from Corozal, Puerto Rico. I'm currently at Yale. I'm a 4th-year graduate student and I study the interactions between genes and the environment.
Thank you. Selena Morales.
Hi, everyone. My name's Selena. I'm getting my PhD in public health, and I'm a 3rd-year PhD student at UC Irvine, and I mainly study health disparities among racial minority groups.
Thank you. And Almaril?
Almarelli. So hi everybody, I'm Almarelli. I also go by Alma. I am from Barranquitas, Puerto Rico. I am a clinical PhD candidate in psychology, and I very quickly study the brain. That's me.
Right. Thank you. And I think that's everyone that we have here right now. I think unless if I missed anyone, please raise your hand. If not, I'll let you take it away, Giovanna.
Okay, we'll have more chance to introduce ourselves at the in-person meeting. But just to give you an overview of what we're going to do over the next year, the Yale Ciencia Academy is a professional development program. It's funded by the NIH. And our goal is to really empower you to be able to reflect about your goals and make decisions so that you can finish your PhD and move on to well-matched postdoctoral or other positions so that you can fulfill your career goals. We focus on the development of 3 major types of skills. over the next year, we're going to be working on your planning skills. This involves reflecting about what your goals are, making deliberate, intentional, and concrete plans for moving forward, and leveraging your mentoring networks to help you get there. We're going to be working on communication skills. These are broadly defined, from interpersonal communication to how you talk about yourself and your work, and how you connect with a range of different audiences, from expert scientific audiences to non-expert audiences. And finally, we're also going to be working on mentoring skills. How do you leverage the people around you to get where you want to go? How do you work particularly with your research advisors to finish out the PhD, which can be, very tricky when you're getting at the end and you're trying to move on? And how do you establish good mentoring relationships with people moving forward once you move on from your PhD? And of course, the community of support is one of the aspects of Yale Ciencia that since the beginning has been one of the most revolutionary aspects of the program. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Great, thank you. So this is the calendar. I believe you have this in your welcome packet and your guide. It basically summarizes the curriculum over the next year. On the top, we have color-coded the main skills that we're going to be working on, and you also see the months of the year. So we're going to get started with the in-person meeting, where we'll be able to you're going to get insights from the outgoing cohort, so some peer mentoring from them. You're also going to develop your relationships as a cohort. We're going to do some fun community building exercises with a theater expert, actually. So Renee, you're going to be in your element. And we're also going to have a workshop on mentoring relationships. If you see the acronyms, WS stands for workshop. That's where we're really going to be working on stuff. PMD means peer mentoring discussions. We're going to pair you up with one of your fellows. And also as a group, we're going to discuss what you learn in the workshop and how you're implementing it. And conversations with scientists is we're going to bring panels of role models for you to talk to, be inspired by, ask questions from. So over the course of the year after the in-person meeting, we're also going to be, you're also going to be participating in some video training. So for these, if you see the VT, that's trainings that we've worked with amazing experts across the US to put together. And so you're going to get a chance to do those on your own time, and then we're going to have conversations or discussions. So as you can see, we're going to be focusing the first about third of the program on planning and mentoring skills. You're going to get to reflect on what you want to do after your PhD through the strategic postdoc video training. We're going to talk about that. And you're also going to be working with our amazing individual development planning expert, Cynthia Furman, on developing an IDP that's specifically focused on completing your PhD and moving on, or starting to think about moving on. In the meantime, we're going to have conversations about that. We're going to have conversations about the Mentoring Up workshop that you took in the in-person meeting, and we're going to have a panel discussion about finishing your PhD. This is also a chance for me to meet with you one-on-one. So during the fall and into winter, I'll be arranging one-on-one meetings with you so that I can get to know you better, and I can also provide some advice or even just a listening ear about where you are right now or where you want to head. Over the winter, we're really going to be focusing on communication skills. So we're going to have a workshop with the amazing Liz Neely. She's a fabulous science communicator. You're going to be really thrilled to meet her and just be in her sphere. And she's going to work with you on developing your own personal narrative about who you are as a scientist, and what you what you stand for as a scientist. We're going to have a video training and also live online discussions about strategies for effective public engagement. This is where Monica will really come in as an expert. She's an amazing trainer and communicator, so you're really going to learn from her. And then at the beginning of next year, we're going to start focusing more on science communication for scientific expert audiences. So here we're hoping that you will want to work on a presentation that you might be looking to give or looking to refine. And we'll do that through a video training and then through a live discussion. And then the final half is, looking forward after your PhD, where is it that you want to go? How are you going to get there? If you're going to be interviewing, how will you prepare for that? How will you make a decision once you have offers in hand? And at the end of the year, we're going to come back together and we're going to reflect, and we are actually going to put together for you a personalized series of workshops and conversations and discussions. This is what we call the Choose Your Own Adventure portion. You'll get to hear about it a little bit in the next session with the outgoing cohort. So you'll get to know what to expect. But basically, we survey you guys. We ask you, based on where you are at the end of the year, what is it that you really need the most, and we'll craft an agenda for you for the final in-person meeting. Next slide, please, Carolina.
My turn. Okay, so yeah, okay, so because we want to keep all possible lines of communication open, we are going to have a lot of ways that we not only communicate with you, but you guys can communicate back with us. You have already received emails from the YCA 2024 at googlegroups.com. If you haven't, please let me know in the chat. This is going to be the email that we're going to be using to send notifications, emails, reminders, everything. So make sure you save that in your addresses so that you don't miss any. We will also be sending calendar invites.
Sorry, I just wanted to let everybody know, I think people sometimes are shy about using that, but you're more than welcome to share yourself opportunities or news. You'll see that the YCA staff uses it as well, not just your Google group address, but our alumni Google group address to share a lot of opportunities that we think might be of interest or of benefit to you. But you guys are also welcome to email to that list.
So we will also be sending Google Calendar invites. We look at those, and if we see that you're not answering, we will probably send you a little message just to make sure that you're getting them. It is important to accept those because we might have to do a change either in the link or in the time, the day. So if that happens, the easiest way to know is via calendar invites. We will also be sharing a Google Drive folder. We're going to add not session recordings, like the chats from the sessions, slides that the presenters share with us. So that's a great resource for you to go in there and look at the things that we have already talked about and discussed. We will also have a YouTube playlist. That YouTube playlist is going to include all the videos, all the video recording of our sessions, both the sessions with presenters and our peer mentoring discussions. So in one place, you're going to be able to have all of those available. It is not yet created because I need the first video to create it. So after we're done today, we're going to create the playlist, and then you're all going to receive your email with the playlist link. For Twitter, if you want to send a message, or if you want to connect with everybody, please use our hashtag. And we have those two people that you can search there, who are Monica and Joanna.
That's me. I'm Stephanie.
And then also for the application bank, Joanna, maybe you can explain a little bit more about the application bank.
Yeah, so over the years, several of our YCA alumni have applied to a range of different fellowships, from K99, Ford, UC Presidential Scholars. So they've generously shared these applications. We have a document there that kind of has the policy of what you're allowed to do and what our expectations are in terms of sharing these materials. But you're welcome to peruse it and use the resources so that you can get a better sense of what people are looking for in terms of application. And if you get a fellowship that you want to share that you think might be helpful for the community, please let us know and we'll upload it there as well.
Yeah, and same goes for the LinkedIn. We encourage everybody to join our group. Obviously, a big component of this program is the networking, so don't miss out on that opportunity. And finally, we have our WhatsApp group. I have not yet created it. I wanted to give you all a heads up. We are going to have 2 WhatsApp groups. One of them is going to be exclusively for our cohort, the 2024 YCA cohort, and then an additional one is going to be created for everybody who's going to be attending the in-person meeting. Please keep an eye on that, because we're going to be sharing, again, updates, change of schedules, all of that regarding the in-person meeting. And also, if you get to the airport and you want to ride with somebody, you might use that to get in contact with anybody else who's at the airport. So that's going to become very useful for the July in-person meeting.
So I believe that's all we had for you guys in terms of the program. Like I said, we're going to talk more about the in-person meeting in a little bit. The outgoing class is gathering in the waiting room, so we probably have time for maybe one question, and we'll also have time at the end for any additional questions that were left over. So are there any questions? Adriana.
Yeah, I had a quick question. I don't know if you answer it now or later, but I did see an email about like if we were interested in meeting PIs and writing more information about that. I was wondering, is it like any PI at Yale? Is there specific ones? Like, do you guys have recommendations on which ones depending on people's interest? I haven't started to look at a list, but I was wondering if there was one. I'm not sure.
We're going to cover that in the next session, because I know that our outgoing cohort probably also has a question about that. So stay tuned. Any other questions in the meantime? All right. So if you have anything that pops up, put it in the chat. We will answer it, or we'll have time at the end of the next session. So now we're gonna start letting the outgoing cohort in, and we'll probably start around 7:45 with talking about the in-person meeting. Hi everyone, for those from Yale Ciencia 2023, welcome. You see probably new faces in the screen. These are our new YCA fellows. You'll get a chance to meet them at the in-person meeting. We've just actually met them as a staff, so we're very excited. We're gonna give it about maybe a couple more minutes before getting started with our orientation about the in-person meeting. So yeah, so for our outgoing cohort members, if you could quickly introduce yourself in the chat, maybe tell people obviously your name, where you are, and what your field of study or research interests science interests are, that would be great. So just type it in the chat for now. Hi, Stanley. We're getting ready to start the session, the orientation session about the in-person meeting. But in the meantime, if you can write in the chat a little bit about who you are and what your science interests are, and we'll get started. I think now, Carolina, maybe we can share the presentation. All right, great. So, so here's the agenda for this part of the conversation. As you know, we're all getting together July 10th through July 12th at Yale University for our incoming and outgoing cohort in-person meeting. We're going to talk to you about the agenda, the program for this meeting. We're going to talk about the optional faculty meetings. I know many of you are curious about that. For our outgoing class and for the incoming class as a preview, we're going to talk about what we call the Choose Your Own Adventure and how that works. And then Carolina will go over accommodations, travel and transportation, and safety logistics. So we can get going. Great, so this is our broad overview of the agenda. Over the 3 days of the in-person meeting, we will basically focus on getting all of you to know each other and to network with each other. As I mentioned in the previous session, the YCA is a big family, and it's we really pay a lot of attention to creating community. I think a lot of us sometimes feel alone or feel it's difficult to discuss certain things in our academic environments. And really, this group, we make a big effort in providing a safe space for you to talk about the things that you might not be comfortable talking about at your academic institution for X or Y reason. So you'll get a chance to meet each other, to network with each other, to get to know each other. We always have a session of outgoing to incoming advice. Our outgoing class went through that, and now it'll be their chance to share their lessons learned and insights with you guys. We are going to be matching you guys up for peer mentoring so that you can get feedback, personalized feedback throughout the year on our different areas of training. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a session on coaching skills and how to get the most out of these peer mentoring relationships. And then we're going to work with a counselor to talk about strategies for mental health and wellness. And then the last day we'll finish off with a fun game night at a local gathering spot for graduate students. And you'll get to sample the world famous New Haven style pizza. The second day, we actually will be separating you guys. The incoming class will be working with our theater expert Boyd Branch on a community building workshop. And I'm sure our outgoing class will tell you that's one of the highlights of YCA training. It's a chance for you to be silly, come out of your comfort zone, and really dig deep. So I won't say more. I won't spoil the surprise, but I think you're going to love it. In the meantime, our outgoing class will be going through the Choose Your Own Adventure. So they're going through their own personalized agenda. And at the end of the day, we'll all come back together again at a reception at a really nice gathering spot here at Yale. That day, we've actually have a little bit of a treat. We've arranged to have a professional headshot photo shoot for those who are interested. So Carolina is going to put on the chat, or Stephen, a link to the survey. So if you're interested in getting a headshot done while you're visiting while you're in the in-person meeting, please fill out that survey. If you already have a headshot you're happy with, you don't have to go through that. But that's an option where we facilitate it for you. And then the final day, it's kind of half a day or maybe 3/4 of a day. The incoming class will be doing a workshop with our wonderful facilitators, Fatu Sanchez Nieto and Kermin Martinez. They will be talking with you about how to develop mentoring relationships, particularly with your research advisors as you get finished with the PhD. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of conflicting roles and expectations as you're wrapping up your PhD. I remember, this happened to me. Your PI wants you to get your papers done. And you might also want to get your papers done, but you also want to start looking for your next position. You want to get that assured. And so they're going to be working with you on that. Our outgoing cohort will be finishing their Choose Your Own Adventure session, and then we'll all come together for our final closing session and a little goodbye ceremony for our outgoing class. So you will find all the necessary information about the agenda in the welcome packet, which we'll be sending out in the next few weeks. Carolina, do you want to add something to this?
There we go. Yes, so it's just a little preview. Like Giovanna said, you're going to be getting all this information in your welcome packet, and I will certainly email you your agenda, which is going to be a group agenda for the incoming cohort and a group and an individualized agenda for the outgoing cohort closer to the in-person meeting. But it's going to look something like that. We're going to have all the information as where you need to go, where you need to be, the different sessions with the presenters and the places where we need to go. So it's going to look kind of like this. And we're going to have the same for the outgoing cohort. Like I said, the outgoing cohort is going to have their personalized Choose Your Own Adventure agenda, which is going to be added after this one. So the only thing I wanted to add is that for the meals, the way that let me see. So in the incoming agenda, you're going to see that some of the meals we're going to provide, and some of them you have to, you're going to be free to choose what you want to eat. So it's a great opportunity to get to try, different things in New Haven. We highly recommend the food trucks in Cedar Street, which is just in front of the Yale School of Medicine building. They are famous, and they are a variety of them. So you can walk close by, get them, and then have a chance to sit in the yard and have a picnic with your fellow YCA members. For that, I wanted to let you know that you will have a per diem rate for food and incidentals. And although we would suggest that we recommend that you keep all the receipts. Normally we don't need them, but just in case, keep them, take a picture of them, so that then at the end of the in-person meeting, we're going to go through all of those reimbursements and send you guys these things after about a month after the in-person meeting is done. We will have some light breakfast for days. Well, we should have a full breakfast for day 1 for you, but for days 2 and 3, you will be asked to eat breakfast before our first meeting. We're gonna have a few light snacks for you, but don't, come prepared to have full energy. And then dinner will be provided during the first day. We're gonna, like Giovanna said, we're gonna have dinner and that pizza. And then for the second day, we're going to have a small tapas, which might be enough for some of you, but if not, then you can afterwards go have dinner. Yes. So let's see what's next. Oh, Steven. Yeah.
So I understand that this was a little confusing for some of you. I put the link also in the chat, so you can get to it as I'm describing it. So just to give you a little background on why it is that this kind of was created a little bit. In the past, during other YCA in-person meetings, there's always been like a handful of people that are coming in that use this as an opportunity to meet up with some Yale faculty about various different things. This could be about discussing to Yale faculty about possible postdoctoral positions, or just asking for general mentorship advice, or just meeting to discuss some kind of a research collaboration or research topic. There's a variety of meetings, but people have always there's always been a handful of students that use this opportunity, and others that didn't realize that they could use this time to maybe in between their schedules, sometime meet up with some Yale faculty if they had the ability to. So this year, I thought, oh, actually, I have the time to be able to provide any assistance with this. If you would be interested in maybe meeting with some Yale faculty, letting me know what kind of interest you have with any Yale faculty you'd be interested in meeting with, as well as what the objective of the meeting would be. Well, it would be to discuss either possible postdoctoral opportunity, or just ask for some career advice, some mentorship advice, or anything that may be. Please take this opportunity to let me know, and then I can provide any kind of support that I can, whether that be just providing you with a list of faculty members that may meet your interests that you may want to contact on your own, or if you would want me to maybe contact the faculty as an introductory, letting them know that you will be present during these dates and that you would be interested in meeting with them. So this is just something as an opportunity for me to help supplement any opportunity that you may otherwise not know is possible. It's completely optional. I saw someone's hand raised. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. You explained a little bit better as I had raised my hand. I think the survey didn't have a like a space to put particular professors, which I'm happy to provide. It just didn't have a space for them. But again, I guess I could also email them myself. I don't know if it would be easier coming through a Yale program itself. But I noticed that when I was filling out the survey, it didn't have a space to put particular PIs.
Right, yeah. I guess in my mind when I was designing this is that you didn't have anyone in mind that you at the moment would have emailed. If you already have professors that you're thinking of email and you would like us to do some kind of introductory email, letting them know about who you are while you'll be there, please put them in anywhere, either in the interest or the description. And I'll be able to see it, and then I can do that for you if that's something that you would like. But that was the purpose of this, is just to let you know that people have done this in the past, use this as an opportunity to do this, and if there's any help we can provide, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to try to provide any support that I can provide. This won't be, and just to quickly add, this isn't like an extensive deep dive or anything. But this is just to help you, one, get thinking that this would be an interesting opportunity to have, and just anything that we can help with.
Yeah, the faculty meetings in particular might be relevant for those of you that are starting to think about or look for postdoctoral laboratories. And you're welcome to do the search on your own or contact PIs on your own. In fact, I think your research best, so I would encourage you to, do that Googling yourselves as well.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? I see Edwin in the chat is asking, is there any free time during the day to schedule meetings, or should we schedule them after the program? Already PIs, I reached out to you. Yes, so we have, I think, a few hours at the end of Friday that you're going to be free. The program ends at 3, might end a little earlier, but we can't guarantee it. But if you really want to set up meetings, we can actually, we can pay for a day before, so you can arrive a day before. So that's when we would recommend that you schedule the meetings, is before the YCA in-person meeting, just because, you know, at the end of a Friday there might not be as much as availability for your labs. Okay, so choose your own adventure. So these are the options that were voted on by the outgoing class, and that were then offered to you for to sign up. So we're going to have an industry panel. There's going to be a career exploration training with a facilitator, T. Gwen, who advises scientists a lot on how to find the career that best matches their interests. We're going to have an interactive discussion about making change in academia, led by myself and with the participation of other people. I believe maybe Monica will join for that. We have the opportunity for you to have a virtual session about how you're presenting yourself publicly, either through a website, on LinkedIn, or maybe even just to work on your bio. Liz Neely is not going to be able to join us for the in-person meeting because she's going to be traveling in Africa, I believe. But her partner, Ambika, who's also a really amazing science communication trainer, will be joining us virtually. So you're going to have a one-on-one virtual session with her. Some of you will also participate in a panel with YCA alumni that have gone on to do postdocs, and some of them actually have gone on to secure faculty positions. So you're going to be able to learn from their experience and meet some past alumni. Some of you have signed up to do practice talks, kind of putting into play all the advice you received in the last year. And some of you will also have a meeting, one-on-one meeting, either with me or with Monica, to talk about your IDPs, or in general, just a mentoring session with us. And finally, you all have time in your schedules to connect one last time, hopefully not a last time, but officially through the program one last time with your peer mentor. So this was the menu of options, and now Carolina is going to explain how your own personalized agenda will look like.
Sorry about that. I clicked the wrong button. Okay. Okay, so it looks like a lot, but this is our individual schedule for the Choose Your Own Adventure. For all the outgoing cohort fellows, you were sent a survey a couple of months ago asking you of the sessions that you wanted to be a part of, what you were interested in, and we tried to give you as many as we could fit in your schedule. Some of you have a lot, some of you have a few. It's not definite. If you see that you get only a few and you want to add more, please let us know. I'll be more than happy. So this is what it kind of looks like. You have the your schedule, like the time of the day on the left, and the session that you signed up for, the presenter, the location. This is changing, obviously, as we finalize all the locations, sessions, presenters, location. So in the bottom, which I think you definitely need to keep an eye out, I am going to let you know the ones that you originally selected. And here are the ones that are available, even though, you might have availability for a session that you didn't sign up for. So we're going to let you know if that's open for you. That way, you can certainly attend the session if you have the option. Oh, so for the people that signed up for practice talks, I just want to let you know that this is an amazing opportunity for you to get feedback on a portion of your science talk. So I'm going to put in the chat a survey for those who actually want to prepare their talk and get that feedback, not only from the YCA team, Monica and Rosa, but from the other fellows that signed up for the talk as well. So yeah, if you look in the chat, I just sent that feedback. Right now we have, let me see here. I'm going to go back to the previous. We have, oh, just a second. Oh, right now I know that Esmeralda, Amanda, Dominique, Stanley, Mireya, Alma, and Vierka signed up for the practice talks. But if you still want to do it and you didn't sign up earlier, just make sure to fill out that survey and let us know.
And if that portion is open on your schedule, you're also free to join and cheer on your colleagues and give them advice on their presentations. That said, you're not expected to join everything and fill up every hour of your day. We know you have other stuff going on. We know that you might need some time to decompress. So both for the incoming and then the outgoing cohort, we're gonna have a room reserved where you can just sit, maybe catch up on some emails, and just, you know, if you have any free time that you just want to not you know, fill up with some of the offerings, you can use that room, or you can, you know, go back to the hotel, but as long as you're back in time for your following session.
Absolutely. And then obviously we don't expect you to know where all these rooms are. So I will be there skirting everybody to where they're supposed to be. It's a lot of walking. And then this is where you're going to have a chance to have your photography taken. For the incoming cohort, we're going to give you a chance during lunch breaks. And then for the outgoing cohort, we already set up some little areas that you have available. So if you're interested, again, fill out that survey and then we'll make sure that we include you in the groups that are going to take those photographs. So accommodation. So everybody's going to be staying at the Omni Hotel. That is in 155 Temple Street. The website is there if you want to take a look. Everybody's getting a double bedroom. The hotel is very well located. Right here is the New Haven Green. So you are literally a block and a half away, or a block, not even a block, like a block away from the New Haven Green, which is kind of like the center of New Haven. You have tons of cafes, restaurants, nightlife, just, you know, city activities that you can explore and get to know. This way here is where we're going to have our first day sessions. It is the Woodside Institute building on 100 College. That's going to be our first day over there, and then our second day and our third day are going to be here on the Yale School of Medicine in various conference rooms and the library that you guys are going to get to see.
When you arrive at the hotel, we'll have a packet waiting for you with a printout of these agendas, as well as some goodies and badges and things like that.
Yes, thank you for reminding me, Joanna. It's you do have to pick it up in the lobby. They're gonna know to give it to you, but you know, it happens here and there that we get the person that knows went to the bathroom. So make sure to ask for it if they can give it to you, okay? And if for any reason you don't get it, I'll make sure to go there and make sure that nobody get their package was left behind. But yes, ask for it when you get to the lobby. Okay. And there we go. So travel, I have already met with almost all of you regarding your travel arrangements, and I think it went very well most of the time. So for those who bought air tickets, make sure that you guys check in before your flight. We won't be able to do this for you. I have all the information that I have. If you have an emergency or if for any reason you need to communicate with the airline, I can do it, but we expect you guys to do the checking and make sure that you get there on time and all of that. For the people that got trained, make sure to bring your tickets with you on board. They do ask for them. And for the few that are coming in car, we are going to communicate with the hotel. So you're going to have a parking spot at the hotel covered by YCA. And do, again, for those who come in car, make sure that you send me the mileage that you're going to use so that we can reimburse for that as well. So transportation, of course, we already covered the price of the ticket, of the airline ticket, but you will need to take Uber or Lyft from the airport to Yale New Haven. As long as it's possible, we suggest that you share a ride with whoever arrives at the airport with you. We will let you know who that is. But whoever pays for the Uber, make sure that you keep the receipt so that at the end of the YCA meeting, you can send all of those to me and we will reimburse you for those expenses. Oh, wait, I think I missed something. Once you are in New Haven, the ground transportation is covered for the required transportation. So to the airport, to New Haven, and then from Yale to the airport. But once you are in New Haven, and if you want to move here and there, you are welcome to use the Yale campus shuttle. The link is there. I can copy and add it to the chat as well. I keep doing this. Oh yes, okay, I'll be with you in a second. But again, everything that we're going to do with you is within a 5 to 10 minute walk. So yes, Sophia, you had a question?
Yeah.
Leticia, sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, Sophia is what I go by, so you're actually totally fine.
Okay.
I think when we were meeting, you said that the train station was close enough to campus that potentially some staff might be able to pick up students. I don't know if then the plan is just to catch a ride sharing instead of that.
Yeah, the train station is really close. So if you are arriving, I can double check, but if you are arriving within like work hours and we are there, I'd be more than happy. It's very close. So I can pick you up and drop you off at the hotel.
Okay. And would that be, we'll communicate then email or I think, or phone at some point if we get that?
Yes. So you guys are going to have, like in the next slide, you're going to see both Giovanna and my cell phone there. So guys can write it down, but we're going to have a WhatsApp group. So you can also contact us via WhatsApp. And if, Sophia, for any reason I am like going crazy and too busy, yes, please take an Uber. But I will let you know, I'm not going to leave you in the train station waiting for me. But, you know, it could happen. But it's a 5-minute drive. It's very, very close. So last but very important is safety on campus. Obviously, as everywhere in the US, if there's any emergency, you can call 911. But all around the UL New Haven campus, there are blue phones. Supposedly, once you stop seeing one, you should be able to see the next one ahead of you or anywhere around you. In those blue phones, there is a police button that you call and somebody's going to be with you as soon as possible. So that's there available for you. Hopefully nobody needs to use it, but they're there. Our contacts are there, my phone number and Giovanna's phone number. And then if you have any other personal requirements and concerns that you want to tell us, you need to communicate with us, please make sure to let us know so that we can make this an enjoyable and most comfortable experience for you guys. And I think if I didn't forget anything, Giovanna, we are on our Q&A section.
Yes, thank you, Carolina. Great, Edwin, go ahead.
Oh, I just had a question about if there's a dress code for each of the days.
Oh, good question. Thank you. Yes, so dress code is comfortable, particularly for our incoming cohort. The first day, you're gonna do you're gonna be moving around. Actually, sorry, for the first day, all of us are gonna be moving around. We're gonna do a little bit of improv exercises with Boyd to get us going and to get us getting to know each other. The second day, the incoming class will be spending the whole day with Boyd, with our theater expert. So that's when you know, should have some comfy shoes, particularly. That's also the day when we're having the pictures taken. So if you know, you want to take that into consideration, maybe bring a change of clothes, but yeah, particularly I would emphasize comfortable shoes. Yes, Tina.
Hi, our advisors are invited to attend and encouraged to attend. Are there accommodations paid for? How does that actually work?
No, so this is we're not inviting advisors, and the program is focused solely on the students and trainees. We had one pilot program where we worked with the advisors of the fellows, but we decided not to continue that. That said, I think a lot of the resources that we provide you might be of interest to other people, other peers, other people in your lab. You know, you're more than welcome to share the materials, obviously with attribution to the facilitators. Yeah. Great, thanks, Tina. Good question. Any other questions? All right, I'm just scrolling through the screens. Kiki.
Do we need to bring a laptop to the sessions, or is just a notebook okay? I know we're being comfortable and stuff, so not really sure.
Yeah, you're not you won't need a laptop unless you're part of the outgoing cohort, the second and third day. So our outgoing cohort will have some of them will have virtual conversations with, for example, if you're signed up for the virtual branding session, that will be online. I think that's the only one that's online, right, Carolina?
Yes, this year, yes.
We'll have a laptop available if you don't want to be logging yours. But for the outgoing cohort, you can also bring your own. The incoming cohort, you don't need to bring a laptop. And in fact, don't bring it because you're not really going to use it during the meeting. Any other questions? Ulises, do you have a question?
No, I guess I accidentally unmuted myself.
No worries. All right. Okay. Obviously, if you have a question that comes up later, just shoot us an email. And Carolina, when are you expecting to be able to set up the WhatsApps for the incoming cohort and the in-person meeting?
Yes, definitely by this Friday. So I already have everybody's cell phone. So I'll be setting that up by Friday. So if you see a request on WhatsApp, please make sure to accept that's me. And like I said, we're going to have 2 WhatsApp groups. So you're going to get it twice.
Yeah, so the WhatsApp is also a very, a great way to ask questions, particularly if you think that other people might have the same question. Yes, so Sophia asked, will we get hotel pairings ahead of time? And the answer is yes. All right.
Yes, Sophia. So we are going to be taking into account a series of things, like, for example, your arrival and departure day, if you are checking in early. So all of the things we're going to take into account, and then that's how we're going to, and of course, your preference in the confirmation survey. And then we're going to send you the pairings. We have to send them to the hotel a week before. So we'll at that point, we will share them with you as well.
Yay, this is so exciting. I just wanted to like share my excitement. I'm so glad all of you are here. This is such a great program. And like, I'm so happy to see my old cohort. I'm happy to see the new cohort. This is great. This is awesome. I'm so excited for y'all.
I am sharing your excitement, Natasha. I can't wait.
I think Natasha just vocalized what we're all feeling. So yeah, I think maybe with that we can wrap it up. Give you guys back a few minutes. But like I said, if you have any questions, reach out. And we can't wait to meet all of you soon and see our YCA 2023 group back again in about a month. Everybody have a great night and have a great few weeks, and we'll see you in New Haven.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Thank
to see
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.